top of the morning and a happy Monday to all of you lovelies. So today we're going to start something new. As I said on the group meet, we did LNE and we reviewed common logs last week. There's no good way for me to quiz or test you on that. So I figured let's just let it lie and Lord willing, when we come back to class this semester, we'll kind of tie that up with a knot and we'll actually be able to test on it. But for now, I want to do something that I know for a fact you're going to find in college. So this is what our week's going to look like. Today, I'm going to introduce this topic to you. It should be pretty quick. And then we're going to start something called synthetic division. We'll do that up until Friday. And then after synthetic division, next week we're going to go into long division. Now, this isn't your typical long division, but hopefully synthetic division will prepare you for long division. Keep the notes from today handy, because those will come in handy a lot next week. Okay? So with that being said, thank you very much for the meme of the day. We have surprise-faced Pikachu, and I believe that was Charity. So thank you so much. Keep the memes coming. They put a smile on my face through this very weird quarantine time. So, let's jump into it. Oh, I don't want to spoil what's coming. I need to get my cover sheet. There we go. So, the multiplication puzzle. Okay, that's what I'm calling it. The multiplication puzzle is basically the question, what times blank gives you blank? Okay? What times something will give me something else? Now, this is not, usually we'd say, okay, what times 3 gives me 12? And we could set it up like an equation. Unfortunately, that is not going to really work for this. Not always. So this is going to be more of a mental logic puzzle, okay? My office hours that will be from 3 to 5 each day. If this is confusing you, please, please, please stop by on Zoom. I'll have a Zoom code in the group me on Tuesday and ask more questions about this because this is a lot of mental work, okay? So let's look at what I mean by that. My first question. If I asked you what times 15 gives you 60, okay? This one we could set up like that, but I want to get you out of the practice of it because you won't be able to use it for synthetic or long division. So basically this is 15 times something gives me 60. What is that? A really lame way to do it that I'm not going to discourage you from doing is if you have a calculator available, just start testing. So if you say, what times 15 gives me 60? Well, let's try 5. 15 times 5. What would that give me? Oh, that's hard to read. I got 75, so that's a little too big. So let's go one less. 15 times 4. Hey, there it is, 60. So the answer would be 4. Hooray. Next one, a little more complicated. What times 15 gives you 60x? Okay, so how would you turn 15 into a 60? Well, we already found that. It was times 4. So my answer is going to be 4. And then how many x's would we have to add to get to one of these? Well, I don't have any here, and I have one here, so I only need one x. So I'm going to put an x right here. Like I said, this is not a strictly mathematical idea. This is something you'll have to think in your head. This has an x, this one doesn't. So I need to put an x in my answer to make sure that gets an x, because 15 times 4x should give me 60. The idea is that if we do this in reverse, we should get our answer. Okay. Another way you could say this is reverse distribution. Okay. What times x gives you 15x to the third? Now we're getting a little funky. Well, what's the coefficient here? 1. Please write in your coefficient 1. That will help you a lot. 1 times what gives me 15? Well, 15. X times what gives me x to the third? Okay, so this is an important thing to cover. So I want you to remember that when you multiply exponents, okay, when you multiply these bases, you add the exponents, which might be something important to write off to the side. when you multiply like bases, I should have said that. When you multiply like bases, add the exponents. If you need to finish writing that, please pause the video for a second, because I'm going to get back to the work. So, x times what would give me x to the third? Well, the way I like to word it is, how many x's do I need to add to this? So if this is x to the 1, how many x's do I need to get to the third? I need 2 of them, so I'm going to say 15x squared. And this should work in reverse. So if I do x times 15x squared, so 15x squared times x, these x's would add and I would get 15x cubed, so that works. Next one. What times 15x gives you 60x to the fourth? Well, let's look at the numbers first. 15 times what gives me 60? Well, we already decided that. It was 4. Now I got to look at my x's. I'm going from x to the third to x to the fourth. How many x's do I need to add to this to get to 4? From 3 to 4, I only need 1. So that would give me 4x. Now this should work in reverse. If I do 15x to the third times 4x, that should give me 60x to the fourth. 15 times 4 is 60. X to the third times x, you add the exponents, you get 6 to the fourth. That's correct. X to the fourth, I said 6. What times x squared gives you 15x cubed? Okay, I have my understood 1. 1 times what would give me 15? 1 times 15 gives me 15. So 15. X squared times what would give me x cubed? I'm going from a 2 to a 3. That's only 1 apart, so I only need 1x. And that should work in reverse. X squared times 15x. That's 15. X squared times x, I add the exponents, 2 plus 1 is 3. Yeah, correct. I'm checking my work. You don't have to. I'm not asking you to do that. What times 3x gives you 48x to the fifth? 3 times what would give me 48? Well, so a lot of you guys can do that in your head. And the tricky part that you could do is 48 divided by 3. That's a shortcut. But I'm going to do it the brute force way. 3 times 10 gives me 30. I need to go bigger. So maybe 3 times 12, 36, bigger. 3 times 15, 45, a little higher. 3 times 16, 48. There we go. That is the shortcut, by the way. 48 divided by 3, 16. So I have 16. X cubed to x to the fifth. How many x's do I need to add here? I need 2, 3 to 5. So I'm going to do 16x squared. All right, I'm not going to check it. What times x plus 1 gives you x cubed plus x squared? All right, now we're getting funky, right? What the heck is happening here? So how I want you to do this is start with piece number 1, okay? Start with piece number 1. This is going to be super, super important when you do long division. Wait, start with the piece number 1. What do I have to multiply x by to give me x cubed? Well, if I'm going from x to the 1 to x to the third, I need 2 x's, right? So this piece is going to be x squared. Okay? Now, if I multiplied x plus 1 times x squared, what do I get? I'll do that right here. X plus 1 times x squared, distributing. X squared times x gives me x to the third, and then x squared times 1 gives me x squared. Hey, look at that. I got it. It's just x squared. Bear with me. If your brain just started short-circuiting, it's all good. What times x minus 3 gives you 2x squared minus 6x? Oh, Lord. Okay. First term. Don't get overwhelmed. First term. X times 1x times what would give me 2x? I need a 2. 1 times 2 gives me 2. Okay? Now, x times what gives me x squared? If I'm going from x to the 1 to x to the 2, I need one more x, so that would be 2x. And so hopefully that would distribute correctly. Let's try it. X minus 3 times 2x. 2x times x, that gives me 2x squared. And 2x times negative 3 gives me negative 6x. My answers match. That is correct. Last one I have on here. What times 2x minus 6 gives you negative 8x quartic plus 24x cubed? Ooh, that's ugly. Do the first term. 2x to negative 8x to the fourth. I'm going from positive to negative, so what am I going to have to multiply by? I'm going to have to multiply by a negative. Okay? 2 to 8. 2 times what gives me 8? 2, 4, 6, 8, 4. Okay? X to the 1 going to x to the fourth. How many x's am I missing? 4 minus 1. I'm missing 3 x's, so I need to multiply this by 3 x's. I have my answer, but I'm going to check it because these are funky. 2x minus 6 times negative 4x cubed. So negative 4 times 2, that gives me negative 8. X cubed times x gives me x to the fourth. Now, negative 4 times negative 6 would give me positive 24. And x cubed times nothing would give me x cubed. My answers match. That one's correct. So, hopefully this didn't destroy your brain. If it did, please ask questions. This is a brain puzzle, okay? This is unusual for math. I'm telling you, please do mental math, okay? Mental math will help you in the future. That's all I have to show you. This is a skill you need to work on building because this skill will serve you well in the future and in the next lesson. That's literally all I'm doing today. Bam, 12 minutes. What I have for you are similar, oh, where'd my light go? There it is. Similar problems. Okay, this is not all going to fit in one page at the same time. Come on, get taller. It's not going to work. Okay, so homework part 1. Oh, that'll work if I tilt it. Work in progress. So, first I have a question based on the questions I did for you guys to do. I believe that's 9 problems, okay? What times 13 gives you 52? What times 13 gives you 39x? They're in the same order, same sequence. If you can't figure them out, look at my work, listen to the video, find my logic, and use your own logic, okay? This is super important, and I'm going to be providing feedback on the homework tonight. So if you guys aren't getting it, I want to explain it. The last part I just want you guys to practice distributing. There are 3 different examples. My favorite method is the fishing method for distributing. If you had x minus 1 times x plus 3, is this not a homework problem, is it? Yeah, it is. I'm not going to do the homework problem for you. X plus 8. What I do is, starting with piece number 1, I fish for 1. X times x, x squared. Then I fish for the second one, x times 8. That gives me 8x. Then I do the second piece, negative 1. I fish for the first one, negative 1 times x, negative x. Negative 1 times positive 8, negative 8. Add my like terms in the middle. I get x squared plus 7x minus 8. That's my method. I prefer the fishing method. Some people use box method, where you have like x, negative 1, x, 8, and you multiply with boxes. I'm okay with you doing that too. Let me know what you guys use on GroupMe. I'm curious. But there's your homework. 9 problems, and then distribution for 3 problems. Hopefully it doesn't take you too long. Let me know if you have questions. And tomorrow we will start synthetic division. Hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. Bye.